behind the drywall of your favorite like mega sports bar, there isn't just a tangle of wires. It's actually this invisible industrial scale data center.
Mm.
So today we are looking at the massive logistical plumbing that makes modern AV possible. Okay, let's unpack this. Our source material is a deep dive into a major distributor, HDTVSupply, and specifically the intense network bottlenecks that their gear actually solves.
Right, yeah. To really grasp the sheer scale of AV infrastructure today, you have to look at the footprint of a distributor like this. I mean, this is a 25-year-old global operation moving serious volume.
Yeah.
We're talking federal GSA schedules, direct lines to NASA through the CEGB program.
Wait, NASA?
Yeah, literally NASA. And they list, over 2,000 different HDMI modular matrix switchers alone, and that's alongside these massive 160 by 160 video wall processors.
Oh, wow. So it's essentially like a Costco for AV nerds.
Pretty much, yeah.
But with that kind of overwhelming inventory, ranging from like neighborhood pub setups all the way to NASA control rooms, you realize the biggest challenge isn't just buying the hardware.
Right.
When you have thousands of endpoints on a massive campus, the real bottleneck has to be, getting all these different systems and network protocols to actually talk to each other without just collapsing.
Exactly. And that is the exact friction point in modern enterprise AV. You have all these distinct network domains that need to share audio, but they're operating on different subnets with their own master clocks.
Right.
Which brings us to a highly specialized piece of gear from their catalog designed to solve exactly this. It's the Turtle AV TAV-DDB Dante Domain Bridge.
Okay, and here's where it gets really interesting because I'm looking at this listing, and it's priced at $1,999.
Yeah.
Almost $2,000 for what on the surface looks like a basic networking box. So I have to push back here.
Sure.
If we were just talking about moving audio across an IP network, why can't a facility just use standard IT routing to bridge these domains? Why drop $2,000 on this specific Turtle AV box?
Well, because standard IT routing doesn't really care if a data packet arrives, a few milliseconds late, but audio absolutely does. So Dante, which is digital audio network through Ethernet, that's the industry standard for sending uncompressed multi-channel audio over IP with near zero latency.
Okay.
The issue is that Dante relies on ultra-precise clocking to keep everything perfectly synced.
Right, the master clocks you mentioned.
Exactly. So if you try to force Dante traffic across completely separate network subnets, like say you're moving audio from a campus arena's network over to a broadcast center's network, their master clocks will clash.
Oh, I see.
Packets drop, you get audio glitches, and the whole system just fails.
Okay, so the bridge isn't just passing data along like a highway. It's actively managing the timing between two entirely different network islands.
Yes, and what's fascinating here is how it handles that translation under the hood. The TAV-DDB provides 32-channel bidirectional throughput.
Okay, so both ways at once.
Right, 32 channels. It sits directly on the border of those two domains, isolates their clocking mechanisms so they don't fight each other, and perfectly syncs the sample rates as the data actually passes through.
Oh, wow.
And it manages all of that for 32 separate channels simultaneously in both directions.
So it's less like a digital highway and more like a United Nations translator sitting in a glass booth between two different control rooms.
That's a great way to put it, yeah.
It's making sure 32 different highly complex conversations are translated in real time, syncing the cadence without dropping a single syllable.
Exactly.
So what does this all mean for the industry at large? Because clearly the value isn't just in making the screens light up. The real value seems to be in this highly specialized network orchestration.
Right, and if we connect this to the bigger picture, anyone who's designing a stadium or a university campus or even a massive broadcast facility, they know that crossing subnets is the ultimate headache.
Yeah, I can imagine.
The TAV-DDB allows a system architect to basically build massive segmented networks for things like security and traffic management, but without sacrificing the ability to route high-fidelity audio absolutely anywhere in the facility instantly.
Right, keeping it all seamless.
Exactly. And, returning to our source material, there's this one detail on the HDTV supply listing that really drives the scale of this whole operation home for me.
What's that?
At the very bottom of the page, it lists the specific UPC, which is 930-900-254-5368, and it simply states its availability as in stock.
Sitting on a shelf in a warehouse?
Right.
Just waiting for an architect to realize their subnets are clashing.
Exactly. And this raises a really important question about the modern supply chain. I mean, think about the logistical web required for a 25-year-old distributor to just anticipate that need.
Yeah.
What does it take to keep thousands of $2,000 highly niche Dante bridging devices categorized, stocked, and ready to deploy at a moment's notice to NASA or, a massive corporate enterprise.
It really makes you wonder about the plumbing behind the plumbing,
Absolutely.
the massive infrastructure that's just required to sell the infrastructure in the first place.
Right.
So I guess the next time you marvel at a flawless campus-wide audio deployment, take a second to appreciate the sheer scale of the invisible logistical pipeline and the warehouses keeping them flowing that make those split-second UN translations possible.